Hey Solace, Age of Solar, Matt Rice here. Got 11 Football Manager board games set up for a solo play. Plenty to talk about to start with. I've already done a setup. I might just scan around what it looks like and just show you what I've got to do and what I have done so far. The first thing I had to do was draw one of the 4 random first trainer cards. And this is what I randomly got. I've got Tina Lexon ready to go as my first trainer for my team. I've got my stadium board set up to the left with a little cube underneath, ready to go as I upgrade the office. And this is something that you can upgrade during the game. Also has some sponsors that you can purchase throughout your season and things like that. I've also got my, I guess it's the director and maintenance board. I've got to choose 3 directors in a moment. It'll be my first thing I do before I really kick off the game. I've set this maintenance track at the moment. I have 1 staff being my first trainer. I've got 4 things in the stadium, which is 2 stands and the 2 ad boards that are automatically there. And generally you do start with 2 players, but the scenario I'm playing means I only have 1, which I'll get to in a moment. You set all your cubes here, your maintenance tracks here to 2 each. This is your money that you earn each week. These are your fans that you got. I'm not sure what these are called, but these are essentially things that you use to do extra actions. This is your fitness marker. As I said, we're on Monday to start with the start of a week. I've got my little team set up over here. I've got 1 veteran. So in this scenario, you start with 1 veteran. I'm playing the scenario where you've got to get out of the 3rd division. Oh, sorry, survive the 3rd division so you don't get relegated to non-league, I guess. I've got a keeper as my player. And I'll go in more detail to get going with it, but essentially, you know, he's a goalkeeper. He can save up to 2 shots, up to a total strength of 2 each. So some players have different strengths. And generally veterans, I've already played this game once, but it looks like there's a certain stage where they might start to retire. So it looks like if I roll a 4 to a 6, he might be not as good or start to retire, things like that, which is not good. You start with a cool looking, this is a felt looking mat too, and I'll get a close up of it as we go. I'll put all my jerseys on there at the moment. You start with 5 of which defenders, 5 of which are attackers. So I can flip this guy over to a defender or attacker, but to start with, your lowest numbers are 5. I don't think they necessarily have to be in here. This is one thing I need to check with the developers of the game, whether the 2 through to 5 to back here. In normal soccer, you don't have to, or football, you don't have to. So I'm saying that you don't have to, and you'll see that one once I get into a game, as well, into a match day. This 2 that I had here just to remind me that this keeper has 2 shots he can save. Up ahead, I've got the transfer area, and this is where the game's kind of played. These are your different sponsors that you could contract during a round. These are the different type of staff during a round. They've all got different colours, representing different sets. You've got your players. Now, in this scenario, I had to choose only 1 strength players. So this Ribeiro guy is a 1 strength player. So I had to take out all the ones higher than 1 strength. And speaking of which, all the staff ones have like a little thing in the corner that says 1+. So I have to take out all the 2, 3s, and 4s out of that, which was actually a fair few. So a little bit disappointing there, but look, I've got the all-in of this too. This is just essentially the core box plus a few little things that came with the game found for the core box. There was a few extra like director cards, a couple extra staff cards, I think, and player cards that came in. So it's just essentially the game found version of the core box that I'm playing here. I haven't just shuffled in any of the solo campaign or the unexpected events or anything like that. It's just the vanilla game, I guess, in a way. I've got my board meeting cards up there. I'm going to have to choose an objective in a moment as well. And also a tactic. My youngsters are up there as well. Veterans, which I can't get any more of in this game. Teams that I played are all at the top. And there's my little scoreboard. We're on 0 at the start of the season. In this game, you play 6 games. Okay, there's 8 teams in the comp. You play 6 games. So a couple of teams you don't play for some reason. The way it's set out, there is like an epic mode, so if you can play in this game, which I'll be keen to show off if I get a chance to. But anyway, let's just go to our scenario. So in solo, you play against a scenario. If you have multiplayer, I believe you just play against each other and see who gets the top of the league. So the Newbie FC was recently promoted to the Professional Football League for the first time in history. Yay! The people of the small town of Newbie, hey, I'm in Newcastle, so it's close enough. Newbie, over the moon. Now, a few months later, nobody believes these newcomers will survive the 3rd division. Not even for 1 season. Oh my God. But the club knows that avoiding relegation is important to the survival, so they hired you. Well, thank you. No, this scenario can only be played in the third division. So third division means that I can only choose the 6 teams to play against, either Division 3 or Division 3/2 teams. So I've got, I don't think it minds, as long as I don't flip these over. So I've got 3 Division 3 teams here I'm playing against and 3 teams that are floating between Division 3 and Division 2. So it means that the game's like a little bit easier for this first scenario, which makes sense. Setup changes, first of all. I might go through. Set up the game as usual. Apply the following changes. Take out all player guys with strength higher than 1. Yeah, I did that on their untrained side. So there's like a trained and untrained side. So if you don't mind me showing you, I mean, whatever, I'm going to play this game, but actually, no, I won't flip them over. I won't flip them. But if you train up, you flip them over, then usually for players and youngsters especially, they're better players. Veterans sometimes a bit worse or things like that. Return the rest of the box. I did that. Shuffle the rest to create the player deck. I've done that. Prepare the youngster deck and transfer area as usual. I've done that. Begin the game with only 1 random veteran card, and that's my keeper here. I've got Fisher. So he's come up with me to the third division. He's getting a bit of paycheck for being a veteran. Season goals. The board expects you to not be relegated or you'll be fired. The board will highly appreciate if you can manage to, and these are like extra goals to get extra points. This is like victory points. So not only do you have to like get a scenario goal, like win the scenario, but then you earn victory points to see how you actually went as a solo player. So it's a bit of a beat your own score / win the scenario, which I like how there's 2 options there. Or, sorry, a mixture of both. You've got to train 3 youngsters throughout the season. I'll try and do that. And I've got to build up my staff. Have staff cards from at least 4 different sets. And that's the different colours I was talking about. Special rules, rotational problems. You can only hire regular players with strength of 1. That makes sense. If you're in a low division, I can't get access to the higher players because I don't want to play for my little dud team. And youngsters, discard cards allowing you to hire veterans when they enter this transfer area. So there's some cards that can let me hire a veteran, just take them out of the game when I draw it. Replace them with the next card on top of the deck. Yep. Captain on the sinking ship at the end of the season. If you're at the bottom of the league or table or second to last, you're relegated. So I can't be 7th or 8th in this game. Otherwise, I lose a scenario. When your team is relegated, you lose a scenario. Otherwise, you win the scenario. So I've just got to not get 7th or 8th. And then as a bonus, I'll try and train up some youngsters and build my staff to win this game. Whew, that's my aim here. Let's draw my directors. All right, so I'm going to shuffle up this deck. This has a few extra cards from the game found as well. So how it works in solo, you draw 4. It's kind of like a drafting mechanic. And I've got to choose one that I want to keep. This person gives me an extra stat to stance, which is good, but likes to vote on yellow. So they have, you roll a die at the start of the week, and this is how they vote based on a certain event that happened at the start of the week. So this person is more likely to choose yellow, which is generally, I mean, I don't think it really matters. From the one game I played of this, yellow was generally not the greatest option. When the yellow option is chosen, you gain $1. That's pretty cool. She might be on my side here. Su Xiao gives me an extra fitness, which can be handy. That's helpful for players to play the game. During wants to vote for blue. Resolve an action of any staff card from the transfer area. Ooh, so that's like a card action on the turn. Okay. We'll go over how that works when we get in there. This guy's very similar. Votes more to blue. Gives you fitness. At the end of the week, you may keep up to 3 fitness. If I build up some fitness, he gives me an extra fitness. Well, this person, a bit of jack of all trades, votes across. Gain 2 corresponding resource markers. Gain 2 corresponding. As in one of these, I guess. This is what I understand how that one really works. That one's out. This person gives me money if yellow gets chosen. Gives me an extra player in the stand. I mean, I need some fans if I'm in the dud leagues. These people give me fitness. I think I've got it down to these 2. Well, let's go for Susan Myung. And these 3 get discarded out of the way. I draw another 3. So, and by the way, that means I go up 1 on the fan track. So when I get my production in a moment, I'll start with 3 fans. Carolyn Roberts. Oh, nice dog, Carolyn. Likes to vote for blue. Carolyn believes it's all about the team. The players bring the success of the club, which should focus on. Okay. You may spend a fan to add or subtract 1 from the die instead of re-rolling. That could be super handy. So fans help you re-roll dice in this game. Immediately build a stands for free. That could be cool. That could really go hand in hand with Sujin Myung. He doesn't really vote for yellow much though. Carl would draw a tactic card. So I can get an extra tactic here. Gives me an extra fitness. I Oh, geez, that's kind of nice. But I want to be able to activate that Sujin Myung's ability, I think, more often. That would also go hand in hand. Let's just go with it. Let's go Carl Wood. This could be a bad mistake. Let's do it. I'll get an extra fitness. And as an action during the game, I could draw a tactic card, which could be handy if I don't want to do 5-4-1 all the time, which I got stuck with last game. And then I draw 2 cards and choose one of the last 2. This guy gives me 3 victory points from the start. Thanks, Vince. Gives me extra fitness as well. Ooh, that's a good start. Veronica Adams. Thank you, Veronica. You're starting with me. I think youngsters is what I need to do in my game here. The rest of the director cards just get discarded. They're not needed for the rest of the game. I mean, I think I had one event where I had one of my directors quit or something and had to redraw a new one. Okay, so what have we got again? We've got Seo Jun sees the club program as a company making money comes first. Also, I forgot to add another fan for Veronica as well here. Carl Wood. Carl believes in the battle of the pitch. He thinks that the coaches and tactics are the first priority. Okay. And Veronica Adams. Veronica thinks that fans are the true way to a prosperous club. So I've got to do her bonus. I'll draw 3 youngster cards. You may look at their trained side and then hire for free and discard the others. For free. So youngsters generally cost $3. I've drawn the top 3. I need to train up some. I get to look at their other side as well and hire one for free, but I have to discard the other 2. Okay, so this one we know is a defender, likes to defend and defend his own. He's a strength, and they all have a strength of 1 to start with. We don't know what they're like on the other side, but this lady, this woman, this person, lets me flip them over. So I've got a mixture here. I've got a defending forward. I've got a midfielder here. I'm not sure if I'm meant to have my tactic card now. Doesn't really matter. So let's have a look on the other side what they turn into. Yes, after reviewing the opponent card, spend 1 fitness to move this jersey mark to any orthogonally. Oh yeah, so he can move around, which could be handy. He defends up front. Spend up to 3 fitness to place 1 heat on this card for each one spent. Oof. So he's one to keep this guy to the end of the game. It could be handy to have him early to then build him up. He's worth nothing to start with. Because those ones are permanent heat strength that makes him stronger as the game goes on. That's kind of an option. This guy is a strength 2 defender. Gets 2 points for playing his first game. Okay. Let's get the midfielder. I like the sound of that. Even though he starts at 0, if I could build him up during the game, it'd be good. So he starts untrained, I imagine. Yes. So we know his potential. This person can pick up with the pitch. So it's this person comes to our batch. The other 2 get discarded. Just off to the side. So what we then do, since we don't know his number, he's in our team, we replace one of our... So I'm not going to change up too much here. I'm just going to replace the number 9 for the moment with his shirt. But once he's trained up, he may have a number that gets switched in. I could have switched out the 8 for it, I think, and made it more attacking sort of team. But I'm just going to live like this. Next thing I have to do is draw a tactic card. So I've shuffled up the tactic deck. And I'm going to start with 5-4-1. That's the one I had last game. I did shuffle it. If one of the assigned centre defenders has the same strength as one of the assigned centre forwards, score a goal. So I'm going to have 5 defenders, 4 midfielders, 1 attacker. So I'll put that to the side. That's going to be our tactics that we can play during the game. Remember though, I've got Carl Wood here that can, as an action, I could draw a new one, which might be handy if I need to switch it up a bit during the game. I'll also draw 2 objective cards and choose one to keep. Again, to remember, score at least 5 goals in a match. Instead, score at least 5 goals in a match and win it. Well, generally you should win if you score 5, you'd think. So that one should go hand in hand. So that's like 2 or 4 points. What's this other one? Win the league match in the 5th week. Also win it with a goal difference of at least 2. Ooh. I wonder if 3rd division might be a bit hard to get goals because we're a bit of a dud team. So maybe I'll go for the derby card. So that's something I've got to achieve during the game. This one gets discarded as well. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Just as a reminder, if you're following through with me, There is at the back of the game, the rulebook in my GameFound copy that has the player aid actually in here of like all the little things you can do. And I'll go through them very soon as well. There's also a little cardboard token, like pictures wise, that goes through it all as well. Okay. So we're on a Monday. What first thing happens is you get production. You get all this stuff here. So I'm going to earn $2 in the GameFound version. I get nice euros, I guess, €2, I should say. I get 4 fans, so I've got plenty of fans in this game, in this season. I'm going to have 2 of these, which I can't remember what they're called. I should look them up soon. 2 of these greens. I have 3 fitness to start with, which would be handy. Help the players play the game. Okay. That's my starting resources. I then, on Monday as well, draw a card. This is like a board meeting on Monday. What's happened? Opening day. Huh, makes sense. Our opening day promises to be a big success, but what should we focus on? Okay, now this is only on Monday this happens. It only happens once during the week. A big home and away kit sale. You may spend up to 2 fans to gain that much money. So that's if I get the yellow option here. So what happens is I'm about to roll a die, and then corresponding, these directors vote for that kind of number. So I'm more likely to get yellows here in this game. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I have fans. Fans, if you don't like the result you get, you can spend a fan to re-roll in this game. You may spend up to 2 fans to gain that much money. So I could get some extra money to start with. A match against the reserve team, place 1, that's an injury token on a chosen player card to either place 1 strength on it or flip it to its trained side. But injury means it can't play the next game, but it's better if he's trained. Ooh. We'll place 1 heat on it, which could be my keeper I could do. That'd be fantastic. Autograph sessions. You may treat fans as the green token until the end of the week. Place a reminder next to your club board as a reminder. All right. So we're going to vote on this. So I've got this lovely little pretend stadium here. Let's roll. I roll 2. Now, what was that as an option here? I may spend up to 2 fans to gain that much money. Now, if I don't like that, I could spend a fan to re-roll that to try and get something else. The only other one I want is probably the blue one to get things, but extra money at the start of the game is pretty cool, I think. So I'm going to spend 2 fans. I know this puts me a bit fanless, but I'm going to get $2 extra, 2 extra euro. So I start with €4 in the game. Alrighty, beautiful. And then we're going to move on to Tuesday to all the actions that we can do. Alrighty, actions that I can do. One of the actions is to use the action from a card. Now, for example, if I want to use this one, I exhaust it, spend a fitness token to do this action, which I'm thinking I might do to train up my youngster. Other options though, you could do what's called additional actions before or after an action, each day. There's only 1 action each day. There's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so you get 3 actions. But before or after each action that you do, you can spend up to 2 of these to do a card action. Okay. Also, I forgot to note that this feature here goes off when the yellow option is chosen. I gain $1. How do you know the difference between moving this up and gaining 1? Well, if I had a circle around it, that means I'd move this up. This one's just got a normal dollar, so I gain that. So I better not forget that. That's one option there. Another option is to spend $3 to build up your stadium. You can build more stands. You can build another ad board to get more sponsors, which I'll talk about as an action in a moment. You can also build other things that give you more little production actions or more victory points that you can fill in here. So for example, this is a basic one, but for example, last game I had this, which is the Hall of Fame or something. So you can spend $3 below there and it gives you 3 points at the end of the game. That's pretty handy. Other things you could do is more related up here in the transfer area. From one of the far right 3, I could enlist a sponsor. So, like for example, this is the Dice Tower here, which I love to watch. Bit of a plug for them from me and the game. So I could either purchase this as a shout out, which is just a straight $4 and you don't gain any of this underneath here. So you don't spend anything, you spend an action to get $4 and put it away. Or you could use it as an ad board. Ad board means you either do this or do that. Okay. Or if I want this as a shirt sponsor, I do this and also do that. Okay, you can only have one shirt sponsor in the game. I've only got 2 spots for ad boards at the moment, but you can get a 3rd spot. You can do unlimited shout-outs. So one of them 3. And once you buy one, you slide things across, put them all out. There are other cards that let you enlist ones that are far left, but you can sort of see things coming. Same thing with the staff cards. I can buy one of the 3 far right staff cards. As a note, let's just grab this one. As a note, that's their cost at the top. That's their color. So, and I'm after different sets of colors here. I've got a yellow already, so not too keen to get another yellow, but I could get the green one as an option. The numbers at the bottom, that's the victory points you get at the end of the game for how many of that same set you have, which might be hard for me to do if I'm trying to get different ones. You could buy a player. Same sort of thing from the far left, from the 3 far left ones. You could buy a player. It's his strength. That's the ability, how much the ability cost is for him to do, how much it costs, what he flips the jersey to, what jersey number he has, where he has to be in the pitch if he is playing the game. On the other side is his train side as well. You also got youngsters, which you just draw from here, and there's also veterans, which I can't use in this game. So I may as well get rid of them, but I'm just going to leave it there for the moment. But youngsters, yeah, you can draw them out and train them up in the game. Last thing I can do is sell a player. So if I want to sell a player as an action, I get $2 plus the strength that it has. So he'd be worth $4 if I wanted to sell him as an action. Alright, let's get into this game. So my first action here, I've thought about it for a little more, but I'm thinking I'm going to buy Orlando Camera. Okay, she's got an interesting ability. I mean, first I've got to spend $2. Of course. So I've got $3 left, €3 left, so she costs 2. When rolling for match consequence, so at the end of the match you get to roll a die to see what happens. I get to use either a chosen effect or one that's rolled lower. So that'd be pretty cool. Generally lower is bad though, but yeah, you never know. As an action for her though, I can place a reminder on the opponent card during the match. The opponent's goalkeeper has 1 fewer glove. Means you can save 1 less shot, which would be really, really handy. She's also green, which is different to my yellow, so that builds up my staff. Beautiful. Slide these down, replace with 1. All right. So that's Tuesday's action come and gone. My second action, I'm going to grab Mr. Movie. And I'm going to use it as an ad board, and I'm going to use this ability here. So we get to gain a fan. So if it's ad board, it's either the middle or underneath. Fan, a fitness. Fan, fitness, a green token. I have a green token. Yes, I do. And another euro. So just grabbed all that. I also get a temporary heat. So temporary heat strength means it's just like for 1 game, then they lose it. So they're like slightly stronger for 1 game, then they lose it. Well, if it's on the other side, that's a permanent thing. I get to place it on any player card. I'm going to place it on Fisher here. So now he has a strength 3. So he can save more stuff for me in his first match. And this just goes under my ad board. Just like that. Okay. My third action. It's now Thursday. Actually, before my third action, I'm going to spend 2 of these to then turn Orlando sideways. I'm going to place the exclamation mark on an opponent card during the match. The opponent's goalkeeper has 1 fewer glove. So if their keeper is any good, should make it. So this reminder is just going to go on top of their deck. Just over here, you can still see in the top right corner here, just to remind me. Okay. Now, still Thursday, because that was just my extra action, paid action. And then I'm going to do Tina's action, train one of your players and place a temporary strength on their player card. That will cost me a strength to do, fitness to do. So I'm going to train up this youngster. He's a number 6. So let's switch this back out to number 9, because remember that was the same. Number 6, that's him there. He gets a temporary strength as well. So he's on 1. Get to spend up to 3, and his bonus here, spend up to 3 to place 1 on this card for each one spent. Ooh. I believe that only happens once he's trained. I've only got 3 left. I forgot about that. You know, I've got 3 fitness left, so I can definitely put 1 on him. You need 1 on each to be able to play them. I wouldn't mind playing my keeper. I wouldn't mind making him strength 2. Well, he is a strength 2 with this temporary strength, I guess. Yeah, so let's just do 1. So I'm going to spend 1. It's probably a bit of a waste, I know, but he also gets a permanent strength. So he's on strength 2. 1's permanent, 1's temporary. So I might sell him later. Yeah, let's do that. Other things about this card, this picture here means if you play him, he gets a victory point. If he scores, he gets another victory point. Beautiful. Then we move it forward. I'm not going to do any more actions. I've only got 1 of these green left. I have to spend 2 to use it, so can't spend any of those. So let's go to match day. Okay, here's my match board. I've got this tactic of 5-4-1, which I'm going to play in a moment, so I'll move these around very soon. But the first thing you do is you read the back of this. This reminder here is to tell me that the goalkeeper has 1 less glove, 1 less save they can do. I don't know if she's done some dodgy work there, or she says she's a video analyst, so maybe she knows how to score against them. According to the press, this team is a contender for relegation. Well, we better beat this team. They don't use dangerous forwards and defenders. We must defeat them. So it makes me think that their midfielders not going to be too bad, but their defenders and forwards are ordinary. Okay. So, we have to play tactic cards of formation, so I'm going to go 5-4-1. And remember, if one of my defenders has the same strength as one of the other opposing players, they score a goal for me. So that's pretty cool. I don't have any special defender player guys though, but it'll be good to use. Now, I can rearrange it. The way I interpret this, I'll play this tactic, which is 5-4-1. I'm just going to leave it, I don't know, down the bottom here. Now, 5-4-1, now I'm allowed to put this, the way this game works. There's a wing zone, and there's 3 slots. There's another wing zone here, 3 slots. There's a central, for me, central defensive zone where you're allowed to put up to 3 players. Central midfielder up to 3 players. Central attacking up to 3 players. In the wing mini spots, you're going to put 1 each, but all up can add to 3. Okay. So, for example, I could do, what have I got here? 5-4-1. So I could do that as an example. I could do this. 5-4-1. Oops. 3's like that. No, 8's like that. As another example, I could, well, all these have to be taken up. I could put 3 in here and do something like this, or this guy can go over here. Okay, not too many other options, but I'll come back to you guys with my formation. I'm not allowed to flip these over once they've been flipped. So this number 6 stays as scoring. This is my goalkeeper. The other things you can't flip unless you buy a player that flips it over. That's just how I interpret it. But I think I can put any number in any zone I want. So I can put this 3 up here and 10 comes back here. That's how I read into it. I hope the devs can tell me if that's wrong. Otherwise, if that is wrong, it limits what you can do to move around here. But I'll come back to you with my formation. This is the formation I've decided to go with, my 5-4-1. The 6 has to be in the midfield somewhere. That's where he is. So I'm going to put him here. I know it says they've got dangerous midfield. I mean, it says their forwards and defenders aren't dangerous, but the midfield might be dangerous. So I'm going to put him there. I've got a defender on the wing with 2 attackers going down the left wing. Right wing, I've got a mixture. My defenders, I've put a couple of attacking guys here and then put 1 defender in here. Hopefully there is a strength 1 attacker that I can block and score back at him. We'll see how we go here. Yeah, let's just go with that. You also get to assign how many fans you have to the stands. So if we go across to here, I'm just going to put these 2 fans on the stands because they're worth money at the end of the game. I've still got 1 fan left that I can use. Alrighty, and then what we do is we resolve the match. There's no before match things. Some people have like a before match ability. So let's resolve it. So at the moment it's 0-0. We come in. Now remember this reminder was to say that this guy's keeper has no glove left. So his glove's gone. And this is what they look like. So let's put that here. Let's resolve this. These guys aren't too good, I don't think, but we'll see how we go. And hopefully you guys can see that. So my left wing goes up against their right wing. Okay, that's how I interpret the game. That's how it should be played. It's like they're, coming down like this at me. So their keeper can't defend. And you do zones at a time. So the left wing, this whole 3 here is 1 zone. I'm going to compare it to their right wing, which is on the left of their card, to help us out here. They have an attacker of strength 1, of a defender of strength 1, because I don't have any. I've only got a number 6 and a number 1. This number 5 is then just therefore a strength 1, the strength 1. So he blocks this attack. This 2, he's a strength of 2, can block one attack up to a strength of 2. So he might block my 11 here, but my 10 will then score, because there's no one blocking him. So I'm going to put 1 up there for me. I'm up 1 goal. Woo! Let's look at the right wing. They've got a guy strength of 1 trying to score, blocked by number 4 here. It's just the whole wing is one section. Their 2, sorry, my 7 will get blocked by their 1, okay? But their 2 will go through, try to score. My keeper luckily is a strength of 3 and has 2 gloves. I'm going to use one of his gloves to block that. Beautiful, good stuff, keeper. Then we have 3 zones here. My attacking zone here has no one. Their defenders have 2 guys that are defending, so nothing happens. Excellent, I picked that one pretty well. In the middle here, they have a strength of 2, which is too good for my number 3. Ooh, so that means my keeper will have to save that. So I'm going to take this die away. That's his second save and the last save he can do of the game. My number 6, he shoots and will score because their defender of 1's not strong enough. He's got a strength of, 2, better than their strength of 1. So he will score. That's 2-0. Woohoo, go team. And then the last zone, the defensive zone, they're not even attacking. So I didn't have to use my long passing ability. But that's okay, I should win this game. I've got 2 shots on goal here from my defenders, probably from corners or something. They're both going to score 2. What a win, 4-0. It's a good start. So, things that happen after this. Any after-match effects. So some people have after-match effects which do things, such as my keeper. So I'll do his in a moment. This youngster will gain 2 victory points because he played a match. Ooh, and that's what I did. I forgot to put my fitness tokens on here. They were meant to play. Sorry, guys. My last 2 fitness tokens. He played and also scored. So he gets 2 victory points. So when I sell him, I get those victory points. Or if I keep him for the rest of the game, he'll be worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now let's do this after the match effect for the keeper. I roll a 4 to 6. I flip the card. It's a 5. I might spend my last fan token to re-roll that. I think I would want to keep him. Damn it. 6. So I flip his card. And yeah, he's just a strength. Yeah, he loses strength. It's like he's gotten worse because he's a veteran. That's okay. He has his temporary thing there still to start with. But he's not as good in the future. But he still saves 2 shots, just only at strength 1 now. But worth it to start with, I think. Okay. Let's have a look at the table. This league table, I now go up to 3 points. Beautiful. And the team I played against was Downtown, which is this first one. They're going to stay on 0. Now, this part of the game is a bit where I get a bit funny with it, because what happens is the other 6 teams, you just roll a die. And the blue die, I think, is an even chance of getting 3, 1s, or 0s. I think the reds are like a stronger team, so there's 3 chances of getting 3 points. And the greens are the weaker teams. But the thing in this game is you just roll each one individually instead of playing against each other. And so there's technically a chance where all of them can get 3 points. And that doesn't make sense. To me, in the future, I wouldn't mind. I know it takes long, it's bigger admin, maybe they thought about that, but actually like a versus table. Get 3 and 1s, and I might do that in the future. But for this one, I might play the core rules and actually do it properly. So Downtown's played me, lost. Dafton, get 0 points. So they're on 0. Greytown Bulls, win. They get a 3. So even with me. This Blackston Kings get 3 as well. Oops. What's the next one? Cornfield's green, so they're a bit weaker team. They get 0 points. Middleham, 0 points as well. SFC, 0 points. And then Brickton, get 1 point. So see, it doesn't make sense to have one team on 1 point in a competition. I don't know. Either way, we're doing well. We're equal first with 3 teams. So good start overall. We then discard all these temporary ones. This guy keeps his 1 heat. And we get this comes back to our hand, this and get money from the stand. So our 2 fans that we discard for get 2 money back. So we got kind of rich. We then unexhaust our cards and then have to pay for maintenance. So I've got, 2 players at the moment. I've got 2 staff. I forgot to fix this. I've still got 4 stadium. And then I have to pay, so for each green one, you pay $1. So it's 1, 2, 3 greens, so $3 I pay for maintenance. So it's like the wages and everything. If you can't pay for a certain staff and things like that, they get suspended. So you can't use them for a couple of rounds. Alrighty, that's essentially 1 round. I might stop it there, Solis. That's round 1 done of 11. Catch me next time, guys, as I finish this game off. To crush your gaming thirst, play solo.